Yo, it's Viral Industries, and we're back again with another quick video. Unfortunately, we have to break some stuff down today that should have been done with and done away with after the term of President Trump. Somehow, some way, black women. This is what I'm seeing on Anton Daniels' panel. If you go and look, I have the panel on my thumbnail, along with, I think her name is Cherry, Miss Cherry, and her daughter Shayla. They have a story exposing Kamala and how she was arresting black mothers as a DA who couldn't send their children to school because they had sickle cell anemia. So y'all keep on spewing this rhetoric of Kamala has such a great record. Well, she has a great record of locking up mothers with children with sickle cell anemia because they had to take them to the hospital, which led to them losing their home, which led to that lady losing her job because she had to go back and forth to court, wrongfully convicting black men and almost sentencing them to unaliving. That's Kamala's record. So we're not going to skip past that. We're going to hold her to her truth, because what Kamala likes to do is she likes to spew out fake rhetoric, lies, like most of the Dems, and just go along about her life because she doesn't care about who she steps on. So we're going to get to that. But I want to talk about Anton Daniels' panel. He had a panel of like 3 women and 3 men, including himself. And they were talking about the election and politics, basically saying the title was like, you're a black male Republican or something stupid. Because y'all love rhetoric, y'all love drama in the black community. Y'all will die behind drama, trying to protect drama and protect dumb rhetoric. So basically, the lady that was the moderator and the lady that was next to I don't know if you guys watch Anton Daniels lives. It's a guy named, I think his name 2K. He was sitting next to the lady. He was in all black. He was sitting next to the lady. And Anton Daniels was sitting next to another lady who had like her legs crossed and had a dress on, and a dude with like some dreads or something, right? So the lady that was next to the dude with dreads and Anton, she was trying to say that she doesn't know anything about politics. Now, I'm not going to bash her for that, because at least she was honest. At least she told the truth and said that she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's trying to learn. That's what's going to break the mold. With the lady who was the moderator, and the lady on the other side with the low cut next to 2K, they are hurting the black community, because what they are doing is basically spewing the same propaganda rhetoric that does not make sense. It's just propaganda. So the topic of unaliving children, also known as female reproductive rights, came up, and Anton basically told them the truth, and they still couldn't get it because the propaganda, like I keep telling y'all, is so strong. It's almost like Fetty Wap. It's almost like a drug. They cannot get it out of their brain that Trump does not have a problem with birth control. Trump does not have a problem with you unaliving a child due to sexual assault. He does not want you walking around with a baby that you do not want to have. He's not trying to change anything except third trimester unaliving. So he does not want you to have he does not want you to have an unaliving of a child if you're in the 7th, 8th, or 9th month, which I think is honestly understandable. And a lot of women in this country think that's understandable. And we had no problem with Trump in office trying to change anything for female reproductive rights, because that's not his main focus. The only main focus of this is the Dems, because they know they are using it and weaponizing it against Trump. So Trump could literally come out with a whole pro-choice shirt on and say, I'm for it, pro-choice, do what you want it. And people will still probably be under the propaganda of that Trump is trying to take away rights somehow. Listen, Congress wouldn't even let that happen. What Trump is actually trying to do is what Anton said. He wants to take the vote of reproductive rights to states. And even I'm hearing some states want to regulate the vote only for females. This is what they are literally telling you in the debate, the Republicans. But you can't get it through your thick skull that nobody cares about unaliving children. We just don't want you to do it while the child is literally here. 7th, 8th, 9th month, and on the table is Roe v. Wade. And that's what Kamala wants to bring back. And Kamala and her team knows that, because there's some sick freaks out here that want to continue that. It literally has nothing to do with the FBA, Foundational Black Americans community. It's mostly Caucasian women. Right? So he's trying to explain to them that he wants to take it to state level, and he wants them to handle it, because in real life, nobody gives a rat's ass. So stop saying Trump is trying to take away female reproductive rights. No, what he's trying to do is help you be able to vote on it in your state. In your state where you live at. He wants you to be able. So let me tell you how dumb the rhetoric is. If that was even a thing where Trump was trying to stop that from happening so bad, wouldn't y'all be walking around and back in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, wouldn't y'all be walking around with bellies and videos and TikToks talking about how Trump is making you have a baby? You'll see thousands, the truth is, you'll see thousands of videos like that of women walking around saying, Trump is making me have this baby and I don't want. That would literally be a thing up until this day. But the truth is, that's not even happening in real life. Kamala then went on NABJ, National Association Black Journalism, yada, yada, yada. She went on there and then said that the attack is on LGBTQs, women. There's no attack on y'all. Nobody's trying to attack you specifically for the reason that you're LGBTQ or you're a woman or yada, yada. If they were, we have the police. Oops, Kamala wants to defund the police. You see how her views don't align with the things that she says? Kamala said we need to protect these people. Well, how are we going to protect them if you want to defund the police? And you want to do things that, listen, the same thing with her gun control. Oh, we need to do background checks for gun controls for Americans, but we don't need to do any background checks at the border. Yeah, just let them come in with their guns and their drugs and their top criminals, because that's literally what they're bringing from Venezuela. It's not propaganda. We already know, and they told us, and they showed us through their statistics that their crime rate and murder rate has went down ever since Kamala and Joe Biden has been in office and opened up our borders like a whore. So Kamala's views and her so-called policies conflict each other so bad to the point where even people on CNN who were once rooting for her saying that she's not even answering questions. We don't know what she's talking about. Let me tell y'all, it's taken since she's got up there, since Joe Biden stepped down, what has it been, 2 months? And we still don't know her policies or what she's talking about. So she has to weaponize women, LGBTQs. She has to weaponize y'all as minions, as pawns against Trump to spew hateful, dumb rhetoric that Trump has denounced. So I seen a video of basically they keep on trying to align Trump with a KKK leader. I think his name is David or something. And they keep on trying to align him. Dude, if you look since 2015 all the way up until 2024, they keep asking him, do you align with David and his views? And Trump says, no, I denounce him. I do not have anything to do with the KKK. I denounce that gang. I denounce everything about them. And he says it all the time. It's like 15 different videos. I just watched this, a monologue. They keep on asking him every couple of months, every year. They ask this guy Trump, President Trump, do you align with the KKK? Do you align with David and what he's trying to do with the KKK? And Trump denounces it every single time. It's the same thing what Kamala is trying to do with female reproductive rights. And it's going over your head. That's how strong the propaganda is, to where she could just use you as a pawn to be arguing with somebody who literally pays attention to politics every single day, it seems like, Anton. And you're arguing back and forth with him about something that Trump never said he was going to do and that he's against. Trump is against taking away birth control from you. Why would he do that? He's against you not being able to have an abortion in earlier months. He's against that. What he doesn't want to see happen is babies not being able to be born after being in their mother for 7, 8, 9 months. And even some cases like Virginia, from their old governor, he said it's okay for you to unalive a baby on the table. They're going to keep asking the mother, do you want to have this child, after she's literally cut the umbilical cord? From somebody that's been born to a young, very, very young mother, I find that disrespectful. Because you can figure it out in those earlier months. You can. And you have dudes walking around acting all sensitive like they can't talk about it. Bro, it doesn't make sense. Because Trump said himself he has no problem with them being able to have that health care. So why do you keep on trying to say he's trying to take it away, and he's announced multiple times that he's not trying to do it? The reason why is the same reason why they keep calling Trump a threat to democracy. When literally the Democrats pushed Kamala out there to the front and she never got a vote in the primaries for the 2024 election. You literally have idiot Democrats walking around saying, well, we didn't have a primary. Y'all didn't have a primary because y'all chose not to. Y'all chose to put Kamala in the forefront and push this Trump is against female reproductive rights, when he's literally said that he's all for your reproductive rights and he doesn't want anything to do with it. And he doesn't think that presidents should have any choice in it. He thinks that each state should have a vote. And they're literally saying specifically for women they want to do it because the GOP, the Republicans, aren't into government controlling you like Kamala and Joe Biden did when they made people literally go out and get jabs to keep their jobs. So who's really for your rights of health? Women? I ask you, are the people that forced you to get a jab to keep a job? Or is it the people that's telling you it's all right for you to go ahead and do your thing as far as unaliving children? We just don't want it to be in the 7th, 8th, 9th month. So you're telling me you're waiting until the 3rd trimester to figure out if you want to have a baby or not? That's just unethical, and it's not real. It's not a real issue. Just like the LGBTQ2s, it's not a real issue. Y'all don't actually have real issues. I just watched the whole panel of I didn't watch the whole thing, but it's basically some college students so-called debating with this guy about Transformers playing sports against women. Women, don't you see that the Democrats are taking away your rights? They're saying that men could go into your bathrooms, men could be boxing against you, playing basketball and all types of contact sports against you. They're saying that they want little boys to have tampons, and I don't know how that's supposed to work. As early as 4th grade, Tim Walls, they want you to have your son in school with tampons in the bathroom at 4th grade. How the hell is that going to work? This is the dumb rhetoric propaganda that the left idiots are stuck on. They can't get over it. Even if you tell them that you're in favor for what they're trying to do, they can't get over it, and they're stuck on stupid. They are. They don't actually have any true arguments. You can watch a whole panel of black women sit up here and talk about everything except reparations, bro. Because they're too busy talking about Trump wants to take away reproductive rights. No, he doesn't, bro. He literally said you could go in there and get birth control. You could go in there and have a unaliving of a child up till 7 months. That's more than 90 days. You telling me you can't figure out if you want to have, if it's a sexual assault, you should know it was a sexual assault. The first couple of weeks, you should be able to go to the hospital and be like, yo, I want to, what's the point of waiting that long? It's actually sickening, bro. The things that this country would rather focus on. So y'all would rather focus on Trump saying they're eating cats, which they are. Many of the people have come out and posted videos and showed y'all that they are, but y'all can't even look at the video and say, nah, that's really Ohio. That's really true. Even the people in the video saying, yo, she eating that cat raw. You still trying to say, no, that's not true. That's not true. What is wrong with you, bro? These people obviously have a different type of culture that we do not. This is why the Christian black church is so diluted and sickening today. Because y'all don't actually read. Y'all don't actually listen. You're not actually listening to the debates. You're not actually listening in on these rallies. You're not actually a proactive voter. You're an uninformed voter spewing out propaganda that's not real. And you don't even understand that's hurting Kamala. You don't even understand that's hurting Kamala because all of the uninformed voters, because I'm pretty sure it's more informed voters right now than there is uninformed, because we're at the height of social media. We're at the height of so-called fact check, which I'm going to get to. And we're at the height of, we could look up on our phones and see if something was real or not. That's why the Democrats have to have Google be paid off. They have to have Facebook be paid off. They have to have these search engines and social medias be paid off because they want their left-leaning ideologies to affect your brains, literally. So a lady that was on the other side of Anton, sitting next to that other dude with dreads, who doesn't understand anything about politics, who's trying to learn, she can't learn because there's propaganda robots like the moderator and the lady that was sitting next to 2K on the other side spewing out propaganda in the black community. That is hurting us. If it wasn't for the propaganda lies that Kamala has been spewing these past couple months, the whole black community would be voting against her. Men and women. So when Kamala sends black women to jail because of like Cherry and Shayla's situation, where she couldn't send her child to school, she has sickle cell anemia and she's hurting bad. She has to go to the hospital. But Kamala says it's truancy and she wants to save a couple of more billions of dollars. That's literally what she said out her mouth. And then she laughed about it because she put her drug prosecutors and her gang prosecutors on her, and she made it tough for her. That's what Kamala Harris was laughing about. Y'all gonna see it. It's gonna keep on spreading. Y'all gonna eventually see the video that I'm talking about. I have the lady's picture on my thumbnail next to Kamala. She tried to send that lady to, well, she did. I think she had her go to court, or she had to go to jail or be on probation or something crazy, because she couldn't send her child. She had to choose between sending her child to school with sickle cell anemia or sending her to the hospital where they could care for her. And they literally have doctors note on doctors note on doctors note on doctors note proof in the pudding showing us in the video that this girl was at the hospital, bro, with sickle cell anemia. This girl had a whole stroke when her mom was going through the legal processes of keeping herself free to take care of her own daughter. Her daughter had a stroke and almost passed away because of Kamala Harris and the type of prosecuting that she was doing that was so good. And y'all said she had a great record as a prosecutor, but she almost unalived this young girl with sickle cell anemia. And she almost unalived this black man with wrongful convictions. Listen, Kamala Harris is a bold-faced liar, just like she lied about working at McDonald's, and just like she lied on the troops. Let's talk about how she lied on the troops and nobody's reporting on it. I'm tired of the people that nobody cares about being stepped on because y'all are addicted to dumb rhetoric and looks. Y'all are so addicted to how things look. Look at the black community right now. What are they talking about? They're talking about Diddy going to jail, something they've been known for months. The only reason they went and picked this man up is so that he could be at the top of the newspaper and they could distract you. Some of y'all are so distracted that you are just beyond return. You're a bot. You're a robot. So when it comes time to go vote for Trump or Kamala, you're going to circle Kamala because it just feels right in your heart. And it's just the vibes are right. When really you're voting for the Antichrist. When really you don't even believe in the Most High. When really you hate kids. When really you hate men. When really you hate yourself. And you want to mutilate yourself. So now that's Trump's fault. And everybody who agrees with him is trying to tear down the democracy. But the truth is, the Democrats are the murderers. The Democrats are the terrorists. All the way up from the Civil War till now with the people that's trying to assassinate Trump. Now, I was looking into the story because I noticed that they stopped reporting on the story of the school unaliving in Georgia, where the young man took his father's firearm and he took it to school and the father got arrested. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about that, right? So I'm looking into the story, comes to find out this little MFer is a supporter of Kamala Harris. They have his Twitter page up and he says, unalive all maggots, saying MAGA maggots, basically. And he has a LGBTQ shirt on. Y'all need to get out your mind that the Democrats are the underdogs. The Democrats are the predators. Go ahead and ask Trump. Go ahead and ask Donald Trump Jr. Go ahead and ask the Trump family who's the predator and who's the prey. That's why Kamala can lie on troops and nobody says anything. Don't you think that the troops and the generals and the captains and yada, 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 don't you think they want to say something and speak up? They did. They put their video all the way to the bottom of the algorithm. Don't you think that Cherry and Shayla, who was forced to send her daughter to school instead of the hospital with her sickle cell anemia, don't you think that she wants to say something and put it out? She did. They pushed it all the way to the bottom of the algorithm. Don't you think the people that were getting the jab, that were actually allergic to it and it harmed them and hurt them, don't you think they want to say something? Yes, they did say something, but guess what? They were pushed all the way down to the bottom of the algorithm. This is facts. You can look it up. Ask Mark Zuckerberg. But some of y'all can't get it through your mind because y'all perpetuate dumb propaganda rhetoric. I was watching the panel, Anton talk about black Republicans, yada, yada, yada. 2K said something very profound. He said that he's going to lie to his wife like she's a little dumb child who can't understand that Christmas isn't real, Santa isn't real. He's going to lie to her and say, oh, I'm going to vote for Kamala all the way up till he gets to the poll, and then he's going to circle Trump and tell her that he voted for Kamala. That is sickness. That's how strong the propaganda is in the black community. And other communities, because this dude went all the way over to Ukraine, came back from Ukraine with a weapon and tried to unalive Trump. And somehow the Democrats are still trying to figure out how to send money to Ukraine. It's because Trump doesn't want to tax us. It's because Trump wants more peace. It's because Trump is actually having policy to help the American people and not some foreigner thousands of miles away from here, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away from here, across the seas. That is why they want to unalive Trump. just so they can have another 4 years in that seat and steal some more billions of dollars of our hard-earned tax-paying money. So if you ever thought in your head, why over the last 12 years of Democrat rule out of the 16, why we aren't seeing these tax dollars come back into our checks? Why are they not coming back into our pockets and circulating back into our pockets? It's because the Democrats are getting our tax dollars to do absolutely nothing with it. The things that Democrats want to do with tax dollars, that I quote Kamala says, she wants to make sure foreigners or inmates, period. She said she wants inmates to have sex changes. That's what she wants to do with our tax dollars. This lady is too extreme. She's unhinged. And we need to get as far away from her as possible. I don't care how cute you black women think she looks in her empty little suit that she tries to strut out with, and she's incompetent. Just look at the NABJ interview. They're literally giving her alley-oops, and she still stands firm in her dumb extreme rhetoric because she's from the most liberal city and county of Sacramento, and she does not give a rat's ass about anything traditional. She wants everybody in America to be freaked out, paying extreme taxes, worried about what's going on the other side of the world. That has nothing to do with you, and that doesn't affect your life. Can't you get that through your mind? Can't you get to your mind that Trump has nothing against women, and he wants you to have all rights in the world, and he wants you to be able to unalive babies, and he's just concerned with women dragging it through the 7th and 8th, 9th month to the baby's on the actual table with the umbilical cord cut? Roe v. Wade, that's what that is. 3rd trimester all the way up until the umbilical cord is cut, we still deciding if we want to unalive this child. It's a sickness, okay? It's a sickness of Antichrist running through this country rampantly, trying to get inside of your household. Please, I ask you, please, even if you don't believe in the Most High, please do not be voting for Kamala Harris. That lady is disgusting. She lied on people that are signing up to lay their lives on the line. Yes, the troops. She lied on the troops. The Dems control the media so much that nobody's talking about it. They talked about it one time and stopped talking about it after that. And they didn't even ask Kamala. Nobody's asking Kamala why she switched her stance so many times. Nobody's asking Kamala why she switched her stance any time. Nobody's asking her real questions. Nobody's asking her why did she say no troops were deployed across the world when they are deployed. 2,000 of them. She thinks those 2,000 people who are deployed and overseas fighting for America, doing whatever they are told to do, aren't real people. She thinks that Shayla and the mothers and fathers that she sent to jail in California for no reason, wrongfully convicting them, sending them to jail because their mom didn't send them to school because they have sickle cell anemia and they need to go to the hospital rather than school and sit in a chair at school, when we have a whole bunch of technology. I don't understand why school can't just be put on Zoom, put on a piece of paper on our phones, and we learn from there. Or a teacher gets on a video call. This child has sickle cell anemia, and you want to send her to school for a couple more extra billions of dollars? Kamala, are you serious? You are a sick person, and you do not care about the average American. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. Stop. I want you black women to think. Think. If your child had sickle cell anemia, a whole 504 plan for it, would you rather send them to school when they're telling you their whole body is hurting and they can't move? Or would you rather send him to the hospital? You're going to send your baby to school and that'll be the last time you see him, just like the situation in Georgia. Why? Because the Dems don't care. All the Dems care about is money. So if that's going to have them not be able to have the percentage that they need of non-truancy so they could get some more billions of dollars, guess what? Have at it. Send your child to school to be unalived. She does not care. Watching that lady, I think her name was Miss Peoples, talk about her daughter, Shayla, almost brought a tear to my eye. The commercial was on Pink Book Lessons if you want to watch it. PINKBOOK Lessons. Pink Book Lessons. It's a commercial where the lady was talking about how Kamala sent her through the ringer while she was a prosecutor because she couldn't send her child to school because her child was hurting so badly, ended up having a stroke, and has sickle cell anemia. It is a sick story, and it's going to make your stomach hurt, and it's going to damn near bring tears to your eyes. If you actually are a person, I know some of y'all actually aren't people. I know some of y'all actually are just propaganda robots. You just say anything that you think is right, and you just, he's trying to take away female reproduction. Actually, he's not actually trying to send it to the state so you can vote for it in your specific state. And I'm pretty sure y'all all going to vote for the same thing. 7 through 8, 9 months deletion. So what are we talking about? LGBTQ2s, what are we talking about? Kamala wants to defund the police. She doesn't actually want to protect you. What are we talking about? Kamala Harris wants to take the guns away from Americans, and she wants to let in all of the foreigners with their guns, drugs, and top criminals. What are we talking about? Let's stop being naive in the Black community, please. It's disgusting at this point how naive the Black community is. Yes, you Black Simps too, you are a part of this because you're just as bad as the dumbfounded women in our community that are voting for Kamala Harris. You're just as bad. To where we have churches where pastors, so-called pastors, so-called, listen. These so-called people that are preaching the word, these false prophets, are in church telling people, literally, it sounds like a kindergarten class. Literally, I watched the video. The so-called pastor said, do you like Ben Affleck? Yes. All right. Do you like Jennifer Lopez? Yes. He said, do you like Kamala? Yes. Do you like Trump? No. Oh, I thought I heard somebody say yes. I thought I heard some. It's childlike how the Black community acts, and I'm so embarrassed to say that I'm a part of it. Some of y'all, I don't know what it's going to take. I'm telling you, Trump is going to have to wear a pro-choice shirt and literally march in the street before you understand that he's for you unaliving children. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Did this lady literally sit up on Anton panel saying, spewing propaganda saying Trump is trying to take away birth control? Why he didn't do that when he was in office the first time? The truth is, like I said at the beginning of the video, there will be so many videos of women walking around pregnant, TikToks and videos of women walking around pregnant saying, Trump making me have this baby. Why we don't see any videos like that? Because it's not true. Kamala, how are you going to defend these so-called underdogs, LGBTQ2 and women, if you want to defund the police? Oh, I forgot you switched your stance again. She is so disingenuous. She is so nasty. She is so unremarkable. She's just unremarkably disgusting. That's what Kamala Harris is, bro. It's unfathomable that some people actually think this lady is a good choice to be sitting up in office making decisions on our livelihood. You just seen the last 3.5 years, she literally let in 500,000 motherfuckers that's not from here and gave them trillions of dollars while they were at it. And now you want to sit up there and say, I want to study reparations. I want to study reparations. Why you didn't study how you was sending them illegals food stamps of $10,000 in cash of $10,000, and then you decided you want to give them $150,000 home in California? That sounds pretty good to some Black Americans. I know it do, because that sounds damn well good to me. You didn't study that for them. You didn't take months to study that shit for them. Why do you have to study now for the Black community? You didn't study how you sent $500 billion to Ukraine, $500 billion to Ukraine again, $500 billion to Ukraine again, $500 billion to Israel, billions of dollars to Israel, more billions of dollars. You didn't study then. Oh, you sent $27 billion to the Asians in America. You didn't study then. Why do we have to study now for the Black community? See, you Black, listen, you NABJ weirdos who are asking actually the one dude with the low cut, he asked some good questions. He was actually kind of seeming like he was independent. But the other one with Afro and the girl and the people in the crowd, anybody that believes that type of rhetoric, I'm sorry. Please stop saying you're a part of the Black community. Please just stop. You don't speak for us. You guys are disgusting, and you guys have no knowledge of what Black people have been through in America. You don't. You don't. Nobody that went to an HBCU should still be talking about they got to study, and they're 60-something years old talking about they got to study what happened about so we could get some reparations. She's a liar, and she's part of a party that literally stemmed from KKK and having slaves. Now today they know that they can use a Black figurehead to get what they want, to get into power and steal money. It literally saddens me and makes me just feel like all of this shit is stupid. Our best choice is Trump. That's all we got. Or you could vote Jill Stein if you want to vote Jill Stein, but she's not going to win. We need to be all in on being against this lady. Black community, don't you understand that? And that's voting for Trump. Once Trump sees that, and he sees that we want to prolong his administration, I'm pretty sure that we will get reparations because he's talked about it, and everything that he's talked about, he has done. I do believe he's gonna not tax the overtime. I do believe he's not gonna tax the Social Security. I do believe he's not gonna tax the tips. I believe it. Because everything he says he's gonna do, he's done it. Because he actually has a business mind. Kamala doesn't know how to run anything. She hasn't never run anything, and she actually lied to you guys so many times. It's literally sickening that somebody could sit up here and say they are running for president and want the oath of president with their hand on a Bible and continue to lie to people. She already put her hand on a Bible, and she's as vice president, and she's lying to you now as your vice president. And you think that is all right. You think that is all right that this lady lied on troops and said they weren't deployed when they are deployed and they are over there actually fighting in combat today. You think it's all right that this lady was so bent on truancy and having a couple extra billions of dollars? That's what she said, and she laughed about it, that she wanted to send a child with sickle cell anemia into school who was hurting so bad that she needed to go to the hospital, and her mom got to sit up there and choose whether send her to school or send her to the hospital. All while probably working her job, all while paying bills, all while just trying to live basic life. Come outside to police putting cuffs on you because your child didn't go to school one day. And they had to go to the hospital. A dude literally with his life on the line And Kamala is lying on him with wrongful evidence. His life is on the line. People that look like us. But you're going to sit up here and vote for Kamala because of a dumb propaganda line that they keep on spewing just to stick to you so you could be a pawn? Go on Anton Daniels and look at this panel and see how these ladies were going at Anton about something that's not even true, y'all. It's not even true. This is the blockade that I'm talking about the black community is dealing with. This is why they want us all in jail, not able to vote and not able to make decisions for ourselves as men. And they want these women at the head because they know that it's so easy to use them and spew propaganda into their brains. The amount of adults sitting up here playing and joking about Diddy, literally on video games. I just seen a video of a grown man on GTA playing GTA, insinuating that he's Diddy in jail having a gay party. This is the type of shit that Gen Z adults are doing. Some even Gen Xers. They're stuck on stupid in my community. And I need them to wake up because this is what the white liberal man knows, that if he could keep these black individuals stuck on stupid and silly, he can have his way with them. And he can have his way with their women. He can have his way with their children. And he can have his way with the men in jail. Please, I need y'all. Salute to Rock City Band, man. I need y'all to wake up this election. I need y'all to make the right decision. And I need y'all to show up and show out for Trump. I need y'all to, as a black community, forget the other side. They don't care about us. They don't. They don't. Please put yourself in the shoes of Miss Peoples and her daughter Shayla. Sending her to school with sickle cell anemia and she's hurting. Telling her mom that she's hurting and she needs to go to the hospital so she could be helped. A man on death row fighting for his life against Kamala and she's lying on him just to be let out and given $13 million of tax money that Kamala could care less about. She doesn't care that we have to clean up her mistakes. She doesn't care that she's lying on troops that are deployed fighting for their lives. Because somebody on the other side is trying to take their head off too. They're not just over there just BSing. They're invading other people's homes, and there's other people over there on the other side of the world that want to take their head off for it. Just like if somebody was over here in America and we had to fight for our shit. Which will be happening soon if you keep on letting Kamala open these borders up like a whore. Kamala is not what y'all think. She's not. I can see through all of it. I'm not the false prophets that's in the church. I can see through all of it. It has nothing to do with racism and all this. We are not the old generations. We are not. We can see through all of it. We have the technology. We're a little bit smarter. Please, y'all. Please do not fall for it. Do not fall for it. We will be so messed up. It's not going to look how bad it is right now. It's literally dudes outside of people's houses in Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, with AKs busting people's doors in and making them pay rent to them. And guess what the cops doing? We not about to mess with them. I love my life. Just imagine that happening in your city and you can't do anything about it because you kept on listening to Kamala and you gave your guns up for Kamala and you thought that the police was going to protect you. But Kamala said she wants to defund the police. This lady does not think about the average Americans, y'all. She does not. She doesn't. So I want you guys to think about it. And I want you guys to honestly do the research. Honestly listen to what it is. I know it's hard because I had to listen to it too. So I want you to listen to it. And I know that she just says stuff. But take note of that, how she just says stuff. And she just throws out words and terms. because she doesn't really want to answer the question, and she knows she really can't answer the question. Okay? These white liberals are stuck on stupid. Stop. Get off of their talking points. All black people should be talking about reparations right now. Get off of their talking points, please. It has nothing to do with us. The women's rights thing, it has nothing to do with us. Black women, do you hear me? It has nothing to do with you. LGBTQs, it has nothing to do with anything. It's a fake topic. They're sitting up here literally arguing back and forth about a man and a woman boxing each other, playing basketball against each other, something that we never did before. That doesn't matter. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Actually, I'm not sorry. Actually, I don't give a fuck because it doesn't have anything to do with my foundational Black American family that actually deserve the reparations. Just like the illegal immigrants came here and instantly got money, just like the Ukrainians are over there getting money for nothing. Past how many years, the Ukrainians over there just getting weapons and all types of leverage and money from America that they're just basically using against us. Because the dude came from Ukraine. He came back from Ukraine trying to kill the president because he heard the president is trying to stop these wars. That should tell you everything that you need to know. Please, I'm trying to wake you up from Trump derangement. He has nothing against, it looks like, anybody. Most of the stuff that they're saying about him, it is lies. It is. Kamala Harris is a bold-faced liar, and she lied on somebody that's willing to die for you. I'm not a big military guy and all that shit, but you don't lie on somebody that's willing to die for you. That's willing to step in front of a bullet for you. You don't lie on that person. I'm sorry, you don't. And if you want to be the commander-in-chief, you need to have account for all of the people that are saying they are willing to die, all of the troops. You need to have account for them. All the way down to the last one at the end of the line. You need to know all their names. You need to know. You need to know which base they were on. You need to know. Because it's not fair. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to the average American. All right? Peace and blessings.